It was, 11 months ago when I shot an episode of the hit show on Showtime, Billions, and I met this man, and I'm like, hey, man, if you're ever in Los Angeles, you want to promote anything, come on the show. And he said, I will. And now you are here promoting Dan Soder, Son of a Gary, new stand-up special on HBO, HBO Now, HBO Go, HBO On Demand, the whole thing shot at the Bowery Ballroom back in October, now coming to your television set Saturday at 10 Eastern Time. A man who plays Maffei on Billions and so much more. Dan Soder, good to see you.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, Rich. It's so funny to be here because I remember that day of filming.
Yes.
I was with Sam Morrill, who's a fantastic stand-up comedian and one of my good friends, and he was in the episode.
Yes.
And we talked to you briefly. Mm-hmm. We just had a quick moment, backstage, talked to you, and then we run around the corner and did like the, oh my God, we did the thing. We were like, we're just talking to Rich Eisen. And Sam's like, I have so many questions I want to ask him. I'm like, you got to be cool, though. You got to roll it out over the day. We got 12 hours. Koppelman and Levine were making fun of me the day before we filmed that scene. Yeah. We did a training montage, and Deontay Wilder was doing... They were doing the locker room scene with Dollar Bill, and then Stipe Miocic and I did our locker room scene. But I'm a huge boxing fan, and I love Deontay Wilder. And it's cool to be on set of Billions because I know Koppelman and Levine well enough that they know when I'm freaking out. Yeah. And they're like, you dork. Because I was like, hello, champ, Mr. Wilder, nice to meet you. And I walked down and they're like, you are such an idiot. I'm like, it's the Bronze Bomber. Because it's
amazing.
Crazy.
You know, Koppelman and Levine who write and created
the show.
and Rounders also. I mean, they've got they're amazing.
Two of the most immensely talented people I've ever been around. And that's just par for the course. Like working on Billions, you're just around people where you're like, hey, I'm also a fan of yours. Like you're talking to like David Costabile.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah, like David Costabile, who plays Wags, is, I would argue, one of the greatest actors of our generation.
I'd agree. Yeah.
And you'll be talking to him about stuff, and I'll be like, it's like that episode of The Why, you were in The Wire. And you're just like talking to him, you're like, that episode of Breaking Bad, you were in Breaking Bad. Son of a, I can't, Lincoln was, damn it, that was you too. And you're just like bringing up stuff where you're like, oh man.
But to me, I met Deontay Wilder, and my first thought was, oh my God. Yeah. Who in the world would get in the ring with this guy? Yeah. And then a few months ago, we had Tyson Fury sitting in that chair. Yeah. And I'm like, how the hell did the referee even survive getting in between these two guys?
Dude, talk about just like one of those old school Godzilla movies where it's like Mecha Godzilla. They should make Wilder and Fury fight in a small scale city, Right. So while they're boxing, it's also like knocking down small buildings.
Right. And Miocic,
they're huge.
And Miocic was no slouch too. I mean, he was huge.
The craziest thing about Stipe Miocic is one of the nicest human beings I've ever met in my life. And then I watched that Daniel Cormier fight, and you're like, well, I don't know this Stipe. just taking body shots to Daniel Cormier, and you're like, oh God. And watching it's unbelievable. And that was the coolest thing about that entire day of us filming that, I guess you could call it a boxing match.
It's right.
But was all the individual people that were there and just how cool everyone was. It was just a fun day to be on set. And then also, I don't know if you know this, but some of the people milling around were just billionaires. They were actual billionaires.
I did not know that. Like
the guy that shorted Enron was like sitting while we were talking. You, Sam, and I was like 3 seats away from us, just
as
sitting
an
there.
extra or just watching.
He's in the episode where they go to him sitting ringside. And David Levine was like, you know who that guy is, right? And I was like, no. And he's like, that's the guy that shorted Enron. And you're like,
okay.
Oh, cool, man.
What other tips do you have?
All right. Anything coming I should know about? Are we in a bubble? You're just like these people who are like, good job.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.